Bonjour, good morning, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to today's predictions. So, yesterday would have been a very good day, even though it was still a good day. And as you can see, we won our first ticket, which was the over 1.5 goals prediction. The second ticket, we would have won that as well, but just one game, Wolfsburg versus RB Leipzig, a game that should have produced over 2.5 goals, ended up finishing just 1-0 because RB Leipzig got a red card. Can you imagine, guys? Very painful. Very painful. I was very sad because that was literally the only game that held us back from winning 2 tickets. We would have won 2 tickets, all our predictions yesterday. But anyways, at least we won our ticket, one of our 2 tickets, so which is good. I want us to win everything, right? I hate to lose, literally. I want constant winnings, okay? But don't worry, guys. We'll bounce back today on our second ticket, and we'll definitely win. Let's see how we can win all our tickets today, okay? So it was a very painful day, but again, we won one of the tickets, and if you guys edited out RB Leipzig from the second ticket, you probably won as well. But nobody knew or expected that Wolfsburg and RB Leipzig will play 90 minutes of football and only produce 1 goal in the 16th minute, and that RB Leipzig wouldn't even be able to get a goal in a match that everybody thought was going to be over 2.5 goals. And other matches that looked very risky entered. But again, I think the red card was a major problem. So these are things, as a pundit, these are things that you do not foresee. But they usually happen once in a while. So, but it's all good. As I said, what's important is that we're able to win maybe 6 days out of 7 days, 5 days out of 7 days. So we have more days. We have. There is today, there is tomorrow, until even Sunday, and we should make up for it. But again, as I said, the important thing is we won one of the tickets, so we never ever lose everything, which is a fantastic thing. So without wasting much time, guys, let's take you through the matches we have for today. The very first game we have for you is from the England EFL Cup quarterfinals, and it's Manchester United versus Newcastle. Now, to understand our prediction, let's look at Manchester United's home form. 5 matches played, 2 wins and 3 losses at home. A very disappointing record. Very disappointing record. Okay. And when you look at the goals, the way they've won, right? The few matches they won, you can see that the goal difference was just 1. Right? The 2 games that they won at home, the goal difference was just 1. So even when they win, they don't score many goals. This is a very important metric I want you guys to have at the back of your minds. Even when they win, they don't score many goals. And by the way, I'll leave the booking ticket for all the matches at the end of the prediction. So stay on to that. At the end of the prediction, you guys can access the booking ticket. Now back to what I was saying. Newcastle United, on the other hand, 5 matches played, 3 draws and 1 loss. And the one time they lost was just at the beginning of the season. So whenever they play away from home, in their last 5 matches, they've been very consistent, winning 3 times and losing just once. So what are we predicting? And it's also important we look at their head-to-head. So their head-to-head shows that previously, United have, had the upper hand over Newcastle. But again, that was way before Newcastle was bought by their oil magnate. Okay, and also this season United has been in a very disappointing form. Very disappointing form. It will be very difficult for United to beat Newcastle by a high goal margin. Newcastle is in a much better form. And remember, Newcastle lost in the finals of this competition to United last season. So they'll see this game as a revenge. They want to do everything possible to hit back at Manchester United for their last season's loss. So it's on the basis of this that we are giving Newcastle United a 2-goal handicap. a 2-goal handicap. Okay, so we are giving Newcastle United 2 goals ahead. It's a game that's likely to end in a draw or possibly in a Newcastle win, because that's how disappointing Manchester United has been. And the odd is 1.22. Newcastle 2 goals handicap 1.22. The next game we have for you is from the Scotland Premiership. It's Dundee FC versus Rangers. Now let's look at Rangers' form away from home. So 5 matches played. Rangers has won 2, drawn 1, and lost 2. But then the 2 games that Rangers lost were not their Premiership games. These were Champions League games, and they are likely to meet teams that are better than them with stronger strength and everything. But then when you look at the matches that they've played in their league, they haven't really lost in their last 5 games. They've been pretty consistent and haven't lost in their last 5 Champions League games, Premiership games. So they are pretty solid in their league. Okay. Now let's look at Dundee United at home. At home, Dundee United plays well, even though they've been drawing most of the time. 3 draws and 2 wins. The head-to-head shows that this is a fixture that Rangers United has completely dominated, right? So they've won them and they've also drawn whenever they play Dundee away from home. So what are we predicting? Before we talk about the prediction, let's look at the standings to see what this game would mean for Rangers and Dundee. Rangers is position 2, right? You see how fierce their league table is. They literally cannot lose any points at this point, because if they lose, Celtic is just going to go on and win the league. They're already 5 points behind. So Rangers will look at this game and be like, we have to win. Not even a draw will be good enough. We have to win this match. So it's going to be an important game for Rangers, as they will do everything possible to possibly win. Or if a winning isn't possible, they'll try to draw the game. So what we are predicting here is that Rangers will win or draw this game at odds of 1.10. The next game we have for you guys is from the Germany DFB Pokal, Dartmouth Hoffenheim. What's our prediction? Now let's look at Dartmouth's home form. 5 matches played, 3 wins, 2 draws. Very, very impressive. Now let's look at Hoffenheim's away form. 5 matches played, and they've equally done very well, and 5 wins as well. Now the head-to-head shows that this is a fixture that Dartmouth has completely dominated. They've only lost once to Hoffenheim, and that was in 2020. So all along, even though it's a game that produces lots of goals, as you guys can see here, but Dartmouth always win or draw at the end of the day, which is very comforting, because you need a team that even if they concede, which is likely to happen, Dartmouth might concede first, but as we saw over the weekend, they always come back to win. So, and the good thing is that they are playing at home, so the home support, the crowd, everything. I don't think Dartmouth will lose this game. Right? Even if they draw, they'll make sure that they don't lose this game. It's an important cup. They want to win. They're not sure of their league. Bayern Munich is constantly winning the league. So I think they'll look at this DFB poker and be like, we can possibly win this competition. So they'll be serious with it, and they'll try to do everything possible to pick a positive result from this game. And they have most of their star players back and everything. Hoffenheim, on the other hand, probably will be more interested in consolidating their league position and reserving players and playing their best in the league, so they can possibly qualify for next season's Champions League, and or even the Europa League. So that's why we are putting emphasis on the home team, Borussia Dortmund, to deliver a positive result, given that the last time they lost to this team was a long time ago. Okay, that was in 2019. So they want to do everything possible to pick a positive result and get this done. And the next game we have for you guys is from the Italy Serie C. It's Taranto versus AC Messina. So what's our prediction now? Let's look at Taranto's home form. 5 matches played, 3 wins and 2 draws. Okay. 5 matches played, 3 wins and 2 draws. Now let's look at their head-to-head. So their head-to-head shows that this is a game that Taranto has never lost, which is impressive dating back to 2002. Right? They'll rather draw, but they haven't lost this game ever since 2002. So that means that the home team is very solid, and as you can see from their home form here, they haven't lost a single game. So it's going to be a very interesting fixture. Now let's look at the away team. The away team has been in all sorts of forms, 3 losses and 2 draws. They haven't been very, very impressive. And let's check their standings too to see what this game would mean for the teams involved. Taranto is position 6, but they would like to push harder and fight for the top 3 places, and they believe they can do it. So this is not a game that they will joke with. AC Messina, on the other hand, is position 15. They don't have much to lose. But this is going to be a very important game for Taranto. They want to do everything possible to pick a positive result and move up the table. So what that simply means is this is a fixture that Taranto will likely win or draw. So Taranto should likely win this game or draw. And what is the odds for Taranto, the home team, to win or draw? It's 1.50. The final game we have for you from this collection is Flamingo versus Santos. Now when you look at Flamingo's home form, 5 matches played, 2 wins, 2 losses and 1 draw. Now Santos away form, 2 losses, 2 wins and 1 draw. By the way, this game is from the Brazil Serie A. Okay. Now let's look at their head-to-head. It's important we look at their head-to-head. Their head-to-head shows that this is a fixture that Flamingo has dominated. They've only lost once to Santos, just once. So out of the 5 games, 4 times they've won and only lost just once to Santos. Now let's look at the standings to see what this game would mean for the home team. So when you look at the home team, you see they are position 5 with a fighting chance of winning the league. So they want to do everything possible to move up into the top 2 places. So it's going to be a very important game for the home team, and they have what it takes to deliver. So it's for this reason that we are double chancing the home team to win or draw at odds of 1.11. At odds of 1.11. So shortly I'm going to drop the booking code so you guys can take out the code, edit it or play as you like. So these are the matches we have for you guys. These are cup games. As I said, cup matches are very tricky. So you guys should stake amounts that you are comfortable with. Amounts that you are, even if there is a loss, you guys wouldn't feel very bad. Because cup matches are very, very tricky. The reason why cup matches are tricky is that the teams participating have varying levels of interest. There are some teams that are extremely interested in that cup, and there are other teams that are not. For example, if Liverpool is participating in this competition, you can be rest assured Liverpool won't be interested in the competition because the manager doesn't care about the EFL Cup or even the FA Cup. His interest is only in the Premier League and in the Champions League. Those are the only cups that he's interested in. So even if they play a smaller team, don't be surprised if Liverpool ends up losing. So again, thank you very much, guys, and we will be dropping the over 1.5 odds, 1.5 goals tips shortly. Once again, it's an absolute pleasure, and thanks so much for making time, and see you shortly.